At this point, Longstreet's men are beginning to appear. They're coming out of the woods, forming a battle line in order to take on Tyler's Union brigade. At this point in the battle, because it looks like we're going to have a serious fight here, Tyler decides to send 3 horse-drawn Union artillery units into the battle. They're going to have to first cross the Bull Run, get into position, and then be in a position to start bombarding the Confederate infantry that's coming out of the woods and facing them. Now the Union has decided that not only are they going to send this first group across, but they're going to swing around and bring reinforcements, because they're convinced now that even with Longstreet's brigade appearing, that they can still force the issue. Once again, keep in mind, they're unaware of the fact that Jubal Early's entire brigade is now marching from the headquarters, General Beauregard's headquarters, and they are heading in this direction to attempt to push the Union back across the Bull Run. Now if you look, you're going to see Union artillery, horse-drawn artillery coming into action, providing additional fire against the Confederates now emerging from the woods. Now at this point in the fight, you see that the Federal and the Confederate forces are about evenly matched. You've got 1 brigade of Federal, you've got Longstreet's brigade up on the hill and coming out of the woods. Once the Federal artillery goes into action, that should give the Federal forces an advantage, and without any other reinforcements from the Confederate side, they should be able to push their way through. Let's take a look and let's see what happens. And you'll notice, of course, that the Federal batteries back up on the hill are still firing into that woods. The Confederate batteries, part of the Washington artillery from New Orleans, are firing down into those Federal forces. Back toward the signal tower to your rear, you'll see that the Confederates are frantically signaling back to their reserves to move forward as fast as possible to help plug the gap. Look off to your left, you'll see Confederate forces and Jubal Early are forming up on the hill. Their mission will be to attack that Union force, push them back across the Bull Run. But they have to wait till all their come up in that 3-mile march. And only then can they spring the attack. At this point, Union signalers on the top hill in that signal tower have observed some of the dust raised by Jubal Early's forces. And they're spreading the word that there's a Confederate reinforcement unit that's about to come into the battle. When that happens, of course, the tides will be turned. See approaching from that hill is Jubal Early's units. They come from Louisiana, they come from Mississippi, and they come from Virginia. If you look carefully, you'll see that the Louisiana Tigers are in the middle of that line. These are men that came from the dock working areas of New Orleans. They were a rough group of guys, and they love to fight and they love to brawl, and they're about to see action. Keep in mind that this Battle of Manassas was the first time that the famous rebel yell is heard. And from that time, the rest of the war, the rebel yell was a standard part of the attack of Confederate armies. Longstreet is holding his own on that hill. His men are now out of the woods, they're formed, and they're keeping busy the Federal forces that have crossed. But as you can see, Jubal Early is arriving with an entire brigade made up of Virginians in the front, Louisianans in the middle, Mississippi troops toward the rear, and they're about to crush the Union invasion. Now, the Confederate forces are still a little bit out of range, but they begin to deliver volleys into the flank of the Union Army. And it's going to be a matter of time before they're going to sweep down this valley and take on the Federal troops. More of Jubal Early's men arrive from that 3-mile march. They form up, and pretty soon they're going to outpower the Federal forces that are down in that valley. Now you can see the last of the Confederate regiments have arrived, and now they're going to begin their sweep down the valley. Confederate cavalry is on the flank, ready to sweep down on any Union troops that fall behind if they retreat. And pretty soon they're going to force the Union to make a decision. Try to hold their position or retreat back from whence they came. Now the Virginia and the Louisiana troops are unleashed. Now the Union attempts to adjust their lines now that they know that they're being attacked by the arriving forces of Early. But there's just not enough Union men to do that. And so they'll try to have a rear guard, hold back the Confederates as long as possible. But the inevitable is about to occur.
Oh, sorry.
Pretty soon it will become clear to the Union that they don't have the firepower necessary to stop the advance of Early's brigade.